Welcome to a new tutorial for Aaron Tala. Today is Why You No Love Me by John Mayer. And for the basics, you need your guitar in standard tuning. So E, A, D, G, B, E. The song is on an electric guitar. I sometimes play it on acoustic, but for today I'm just doing it for the electric. Let's start with the key settings. So for the settings of the song. So for basic tones, for this song, I use a Princeton amplifier. This is applying for the Mustang Fender, but if you don't that, you can just use pedals. So my pedals, I use a compressor, which is mid compressor. I use a chorus pedal. The level is 9.2, the speed is 4.6, and the depth is 3.5. I didn't have any delay on this one. And then for the reverb, I had Spring 65 or any kind of reverb, like in the middle. Level is 5.5, decay is 5.9, and tone is 5.5. And it sounds like this. It's with music, so. So that is the tone that I will be using. If you don't have a Mustang, I just use a compressor, a reverb, and a chorus pedal. And that's the tone for the song. So let's start. For the intro, we have 4 chords. We have a D minor 6. So it's a D minor for the first 3 notes, but then we have the B, which makes it the 6. It's based off of this D minor. It's kind of stretchy. It's basically like a D shape. If you notice the cage system, this is a C shape. And then you would just minor it by doing this. And then you would add the 6, which is the B note. And to play it, pinky finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string. Well, by the way, this is 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. Sometimes people get confused, but this is the way I do it. So, pinky finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string, your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 4th string, and your index finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And then leave the B note open. You're not hitting the 1st or 5th string. 6th and 1st. Then we have an A sus2 sus C sharp. So if you know an A chord, or an A sus C sharp, and then the A sus2. So it's an A sus2 with a C sharp bass note. So you have to ping your pinky all the way over here. These first 2 chords, they're pretty stretchy, especially this one, because this one you have more of a stretch, less between these fingers. If this one you don't. So to me, this one's the stretchiest of them all. Then we have a C major 7 add 13. So from this shape, sorry, I didn't explain this one. This one is basically banking your pinky finger down a string in this one, and then switching your fingers, their positions, like this, and then slide them to the 2nd fret. So your index and your middle go on the 2nd fret of the 3rd and 4th strings, and then your pinky finger slides down a fret. Now we can go to the C major 7 add 13. It's basically this shape, but then your ring finger goes on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. And then we have an E, which is pretty simple. If you don't know how to play it, so your middle finger and your ring finger go on the 2nd fret of the 5th and 4th strings, and your index finger goes on the 1st fret of the 3rd string. And you're strumming all the strings. So that's the chords in the intro. So to play the intro, we use your hands or pick. I use my pick. So you pluck the 5th, 4th, 2nd, and 1st strings like this. And there's a picking pattern. You don't need to use it, but it's more comfortable, which is down, down, pluck, up. So, and then you hit take a while because it's 1, 2, and 4, and 1, and 2, and so it's in 16th notes, this first part. So 1, and 1, and and note, you hit the G string again. So 1 E and L 2 E and. Then we do it again, but this time our index finger goes down a string to here, and we press the second fret of the second fret of the second string, and then we pick it off, and we hit the open string, and we put it back where it was before. So it's 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So for the A/2/C sharp, it's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be exactly identical but it's a new shape. So doing the same thing where we take off our index finger. Well, this time it's gonna be more of your depending how you shape it. I shape it like this, so this time it's gonna be your middle finger doing the thing, this part. Or if you shape it like this, it would be your index finger again, but I just do it this way. So if you do it this way, it would be your middle finger doing it. So now we have a C major 13, basically almost the same. So we do this part first. But then what's different is instead of going to the second fret, we go to the first fret. And we pluck it, and then we take it off and pluck the open string, hammer on to the first fret, and pull off. So a hammer on is taking your finger and pressing it on the string hard, like this. And a pull off is taking it off while making sound. So if you pull it off, you can't do this. It will make sound, but it sounds better if you do this. A sharper tone, so it's gonna be pretty quick. So hit the third string and leave the open B string, yeah. So now we have the E. It's a down strum, so we're just strumming the chord. And then we hit the G, B, D. Take our pinky finger and put it on the second fret of the G string. Pluck that. D. We lift off our pinky finger. So G, D, A, G, D, A, D. So the whole thing. Cool, so this is the intro. Next, we have verse 1. So this video will be split because I can't record this whole thing. So I'll do, for this video, intro, verse 1, chorus, and verse 2. Then I'll do, in the next video, I'll do chorus, the solo rhythm, the solo, the chorus, and the outro. So that's how I think we'll do it. If I have more time, I may do the next chorus. But for now, we're just going to do it like this, just in case the video just cuts like last time, like in the last tutorial I made. I don't want that to happen because that's just going to be really bad and it's going to be abrupt and it's going to ruin your playing. So first you got to focus on parts. So I'm going to have to split this video just because it may be too long for this phone to handle because I am recording this on my phone. So yeah, just a side note. So this is verse 1. Same chords. We have the D minor 6, the A/2/C sharp, C major 7 add 13, and the E. The picking pattern is almost identical, but it's going to be A, D, G, B, G, A, G, B, B, G, D. Or in other terms, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4. And we're not taking our fingers off. We're just doing this. We do it for this chord. We do it for the C major at 13. And then for the E, the picking pattern is also different. So we got D, G, where we're gonna place our pinky finger back on the third fret of the third string. Second fret, sorry, of the third string. And then we'll pick it D, and then off your pinky, and then G, D, A, B. So the first two lines of tab. For the third line of tab, by the way, this tab will be linked in the description, but I will put on-screen tabs so you can follow along. So that's why I say third line. It may seem, you will understand if you see my ultimate guitar page, which will be linked in the description. So the third line of tab, we have the same picking pattern. So it's basically the first line of tab. So then we have an F sharp minor 7 add 11. So it's a pretty long name, and it looks like this. So it's just a pretty tricky shape if you have small hands. Since this is John, he has really long thumbs and huge hands, so we can, of course, reach this. But us mere mortals, it's pretty difficult. I can reach it, barely, not really good. My thumb kind of hurts when I do it. But if you can do it, do it. And you're going to have to use the thumb because you're going to have to do some movements. So to play this, your ring and pinky finger go on the 4th fret of the 5th and 4th strings. Your next finger goes on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And of course the thumb, this could be kind of tricky for some people, it's going to go on the 2nd fret of the 6th string. If you can't do it, you have to play. You might have to play it like this. Also, it's kind of stretchy and it's kind of uncomfortable in some of the parts because you gotta hit this note. It's pretty, and you gotta move your fingers. So the thumb is the best way, but it is tricky for some people. For me, it's okay, but it kind of hurts a little because I'm literally a teenager. So my hands are kind of small. Of course, John has big hands, so yeah. So to play this, you do E, so a low E, so might as well use numbers just to get no confusion. 6, 4, 3, 2. So, and then 3, 4. And this is why you have to use your thumb, because your index finger is going to go down to the 2nd fret of the B string. So. Then we do that again, except we don't move down here, we just stay on this string. So for the F sharp minor 7 add 11, pretty long name, sounds like this. Sorry. Then we get some strumming. We have the B, and we do down, down, up. So basically play your A shape. Instead of using your index, middle, and ring, use your middle, ring, and pinky, and slide it up 4 frets and bar. If you can't do that, now you don't need to hit the 1st string. That's just kind of an add-on. You can just put your index finger on the 4th fret of the 5th string and just do down, down, up. If you pick, or if your fingers, use your nails like this. But this song uses a pick, so. Because we got the solo as well. And then we have the E, which is down, up, down, 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 down. So for verse 1, the entirety sounds like this. yeah, the transition is kind of tricky when you do this. So I did kind of mess up, and it's because of the thumb. So yeah, I'm not used to using my thumb a lot. I only use it like when John Mayer plays chords like this, or like when I have to do like chords like this. Or I have to use my thumb like in Neon. I can play Neon, by the way, but I'm not gonna show that. I can make a tutorial for that another day. So yeah, the transition is pretty difficult for some people, but so yeah, just keep that in mind and practice when you're ready. Now we have the chorus. It's strumming, and the picking pattern that I made, it's pretty simple. It's down, up, slap, up, up. So we're gonna play that for all the chords that you'll see. And to play that, it's down, up. So mute is strumming down. So let me zoom that in. So mute, sorry. Oh, face reveal pretty soon. Is basically when you strum down, you mute the strings immediately after. So like the side of your palm touches the strings, which causes that. So if I use it on the D chord. If you can't do that, you can just do this. Down, up, down, up, down. But this adds more like feel. That's the strumming pattern. Chorus, and usually it's just using the chorus. So first chord is D. Sorry. So if you don't know how to play that, your ring and middle finger, your index and middle finger go on the first, second fret of the third and first strings, and your ring finger goes on the third fret of the second string. And then D minor. So keep your ring finger where it is and swap your middle and your index fingers places like this, and then slide your index finger down to the first fret. So then we have an A. Remember when we talked about the B? You can play it like this. So if you're string fingers in order, because they're all on the second fret of the fourth, third, and second strings. It would be this way is usually how most people play it, with their index, middle, and ring, or in this order, your middle, your ring, and your pinky, or barring it. Barring is pretty much easier because you're gonna go to the F sharp minor, which is the next chord. So it's basically an E, slide up 2 frets, take off. Sorry, I just made a pentaharmonic there. Take off your middle finger off. Sorry, middle finger off, and then bar your index finger on the second fret. So this may be difficult for some people. Sometimes it's for beginners. Barring your index finger across a fret is pretty difficult. So if you can't do that, you can just do these strings, or you could just do the power chord, which is just not barring at all, like this, or like this, to get that minor note. Or if your thumb, if you're an expert, you can use your thumb. I can't play this. It sounds pretty bad for me because I have small hands, so I just bar. So the first line of tab would sound like this. And then we have the B minor for the second line of tab. E sus4, which is the E with the pinky right here. So it's like an A shape, but just up a string, and an E. And these two chords are in one pattern. So it would be down, up, mute. And when you mute, when you go up, you pick up your pinky finger and put your index finger where the E, regular E would be, and it would be this. Down, up, up, up. Then we have an A and an F sharp 7. So it's an E, slide up 2 frets, take off your pinky finger and then bar your index finger. Another way of saying this is an F sharp minor with your pinky, and then put your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string, and then the same pattern. So the second line of tab, and then you're going to repeat that twice, and then we have 3rd line of tab, which is the B minor, E sus 4 to E and A. So it's basically 2nd line of tab, but we just stay on the A, we don't go to the F sharp 7. So the chorus would sound like this. Then we have verse 2. It's basically like verse 1. The first line of tab is the same. The second line of tab is almost identical, but with the E, we just do the first few notes, which is the strum, and then the pinky, and then we strum it again. So the next part is when he says, first once I let it be. And so we're just going to strum the first 3 strings of the D6. We'll just call it D minor because there's no B note. So it's down, down, up, down, down, up. Then we go to the A sus 2 / C sharp. Remember first 3 strings. So down, down, up, down, down, up. And then we have the F sharp minor. We're going to do the full chord, so we'll do the same pattern. Down, down, down. And then we have the B. And then we have a down, up, slap, up, slap, up. And then we have an E, which is a down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So verse 2 would sound like this. Then we have the chorus. It's the same as the first one. I have a little time, so let's learn the solo rhythm, and then next we'll learn the solo for the second video, the chorus, and the outro. So the rest of the song is not so bad. So let's learn the solo rhythm, and then we'll see you in the next video. So solo rhythm is like this. We have the same thing we did like in the chorus 2, where we just strum like this for the first 3 strings, but the pattern will be like in the chorus. So it's like a mixture of verse 2 and the chorus. So it would be down, up, slap, up, slap, down, up, slap, up, slap, up. And then we have the A /C sharp, because this isn't a sus, because we're actually going to bar the whole, we're going to bar the A chord. We're not doing a sus 2, so we're just going to do it down, up, slap, and then we have another D minor, same thing, and then we have an F sharp 7. So the solo rhythm would sound like this. that's it for this video. The next video, I will teach you the solo, and then I'll teach you the second chorus, which is basically the same, so there's no pretty much need to teach you that. Then I'll teach you the outro. So basically the next video will be the solo and the outro, because course 3 is basically the same thing as the other courses. No change. So that's the next video. So the next video is going to be kind of short, but then again, I can't record everything, or the video will just cut off on its own. So this is the end for video part 1 of Why You Don't Love Me by John Mayer. So see you in the next video to learn the solo and the outro.